Hey guys, Chris Clothier here with another episode of Total Turnkey powered by REI Nation, and I'm bringing you another book review on my way to 26 books for the year. A little behind. I get it. It's okay. The summer reading period is coming up. That's when I do a lot of reading. But this week, I'm actually bringing you a book that this is the first time I've read. This has been on my bookshelf for, I would say, at least 5 years, but it's one I hadn't read before. This is called Building Wealth One House at a Time, by Schaub. Now, I bought the book, and I know when I bought this. I got this book, and I was at a real estate seminar, and they had a lot of books from authors that weren't there, just a lot of books that the people putting the seminar on had found value in through the years. Again, I don't know if there was some financial relationship with them selling the book or not. I can tell you this. I've never met Schaub, so this is a book I'm doing today from somebody I've never met before, and it's a book I hadn't read before. And I will tell you, before I go much further, this is what I would call like the traditional real estate book. It's pretty dense. There's a lot of information in this. This thing is 21 chapters long, but it's well written. It's broken up into lots of little sub-chapters as you go along, subheadings as you go along. It's actually not that difficult to read. I found myself a couple of times, I could skim through the sentences really fast because it wasn't groundbreaking. It's written at a level that just about any of us that are interested in investing in real estate and have even a little bit of just a little bit of experience behind us. We know a little bit about real estate to begin with. This is a super easy book to go through, but don't let that fool you. And I want to make sure you're hearing what I'm saying. It's actually really good. It's full of practical and very, there's insights and details in this book that, you can find elsewhere maybe, but maybe not the way that John is putting it. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good book. I'm going to put my glasses on here because I actually made notes. I thought of, when I'm reading a book like this, what are the 5 things that I come out that I think are the most pressing points that I want to make, to you guys as readers. And the first one is, like I said, I just think it's practical. This book is super practical. It's easy to follow. If you've got one house, 5 houses, if you've been investing in some other manner and you want to shift over to single family homes, whatever your experience level, from a lot of experience to no experience, I think that John does a really good job. He focuses in on single family homes, which I love. That is, I think, a bread and butter way to build true wealth. And he also focuses in, this is the other part I really like, on long-term investing. I mean, it's not all about get in and get out. There's nothing in this book about get rich quick. But the difference in the way I invest and what he talks about here is this is super hands-on active, which, look, we'll be direct. My own business, we built our business because we felt there were more passive investors than there were active, and we were right. Most of us have full-time jobs and something else that we do on a daily basis that prevents us from being a super active investor, certainly an active landlord. And so John has written his book specifically for those that are the active landlord looking to be an active investor, and how can they find success. The other part that I really liked about it is that it's clear and easy. This is, it's not, sometimes we as investors, or as, I'm not really an educator, but those that talk about real estate, it's nice to get all fancy and use big words and concepts. And one of the biggest mistakes I've seen is that people that do and talk about single family real estate, they take commercial real estate terms and they brought them now into single family, and because it sounds more business-like and more educated. That's not what you get here with John, and I love that. It's easy to understand. It's single family home language, and he's not trying to impress anybody, put it that way. I also think that when it comes to buying single family homes and finding them, financing them, renovating them, managing them going forward, I mean, this guy, there is a plethora of information in here. And obviously, John has been around the block a few times. He has spent a lot of time buying and selling houses. It talks about negotiations. It talks about using agents, not using agents, buying cash, not buying cash. He does a lot of case studies, and this is just kind of what a little case study breakdown looks like. He's got, it's kind of set off from the way the rest of the pages look. He's got it, you've got these broken down chapters, like I said. So it's just, man, I like it. I thought this is a really, really good book for somebody that's looking to get started. And there, as I said, there's 21 different chapters. So there's 21 different little subtopics. If you know a lot about this and not a lot about that, he covers it. Which is the fourth point I was going to make, is that it's very realistic, very not only comprehensive, but it's just realistic. And I really hate when I talk about what can we do, I hate the word realistic. But in this realm, what I mean by that is that he's not painting pie in the sky. He's not painting the most, elaborate and the best formula and everything just goes absolutely perfect. He's talking about real life from real experience of, the ups and the downs that are going to happen in real estate. And because of that, he also almost forces on us as a reader to take the long-term approach. In today's world, his advice lives. His advice lives on, and I think is like perfect for today's investor, which was my last point. Like, it never gets old. The advice he's making doesn't get old. Today's investor, what I find, and I talk to so many through our company, is that, man, everybody wants it today. Like, I want it right now. And so many, especially the turnkey promotional companies out there that are trying to get as many eyeballs in, the biggest hook I see them using are these just outrageous returns, these crazy get rich quick types of returns. They don't use that language, but when you're talking about, 300, 400, 500% returns in relatively short periods of time, it boggles the mind. But that's what so many of us as investors have been conditioned to look for today. John talks about the long-term approach. So much of his advice is, how do you build, again, wealth over time? And he's talking about doing it step by step by step. So if you're looking for a great book that touches all the topics, A to Z about single-family home real estate investing, this is a great book to read. This is one of the first books I would go to. From a standpoint of my grading system, I probably graded a few houses early on a little bit too high, so I'm gonna kind of reevaluate my grading scale. I would give this book an 8. Get my fingers right, an 8 out of 10. Whoa, an 8 out of 10. And the reason why is that it doesn't advance on to those next level topics, such as, for me, is once I've built an active portfolio, there's only so much I can do with my time. How do I leverage what I've got in my active portfolio to build a passive portfolio to double, triple my returns, because I have other people doing business for me? That's it. If I had a complaint, that would be it. Beyond that, guys, look, 21 chapters. When I say dense, what I mean is that, man, he doesn't skimp. I mean, he gets into it. This book is not a lot of white paper. There's not a lot of white space in this. He makes sure that he gives all of his readers full bang for their buck. Check it out. Building Wealth, one house at a time. I'm Chris Clothier, coming to you with Total Turnkey, powered by REI Nation. If you haven't checked out the website, please do. If you haven't taken the time to, follow the channel, subscribe today. Like the video. Let us know what you think. Get with me. Let's go. Let's get it going. Let me know what I can do to help you become a better investor. Until we get a chance to meet again, guys, take care. Let's go commit to the grind, man. I got to get grinding, right? I got to get my next book going. So I will see you soon. Y'all take care.